This is episode 37 blog, At Our Core of Being. I am not in any way, shape, or form with any level of training as a scientist with specific training and learning traditions, but I can speak to their fields of knowledge from my own experience and wisdom. Consciousness is made up of many things. Actually, everything in the cosmos is part of the collective we call consciousness, be it energy or form of some sort that we can observe, and that which we cannot observe, as it has no observable physical form, but is just as real. And then there is potential, the unknown. Space, too, is not empty, but filled with dynamic energies we can label. Depending on your trainings, you can take apart all the known and unknown factors that we use as anchors in consciousness. Things like electricity and gravity and magnetism can be observed taking place, and then there is what is taking place that is not seen, but may be observed only over years, like the nature of black holes. There is also scalar energy, which is found in our quantum level of awareness. Go inward and sit in the seat of the spirit realm as such. It is the quantum realm. It can all get confusing at times when we are thinking about it. Religion and what we think spirituality is, what metaphysics are, and what science is finally identifying comes with language that can just create more confusion when we have broad backgrounds of inquiry and exploration about being. Pile on lots of studies and confusion can reign in the alignment. Different traditions use different language for referencing the same thing. And then one may tend to use a mix of terminology like I do often. So we pull back the labels and we just let our senses experience. We pull back and let mind relax, and we enter into the world of scalar dynamics and energy. We enter our core essence as consciousness. Scalar energy is quantum energy. It is a life force called prana, chi, mana, zero-point field. We can feel it, we can manipulate it, we can create with it, we can heal with it. We don't make it. It is the given. My metaphysical senses and abilities at an early age took me places with being intuitive and psychic and hot hands that could make others feel better. Clear conditions. My hands don't get that hot these days, but if I wave my hand, people can fall over. That's always fun. By my adult years, my life's health journey was compromising the length and quality of life. I would come to find myself exploring into the quantum realm of embracing life through metaphysics, which is where I started. I had to go beyond any training or tradition, going beyond my own or anyone else's construction of God, source, universe, and the spirit realm, taking all the metaphysical skills I had and reframing conclusions and seemingly certainties into a state of just information, not judgments, that I was not even aware I was holding. I reconnected with the power of not just mind and self, but of not seeing a spiritual life in terms of good and evil, the world full of rights and wrongs, and thinking that mind was all there was, and believing in my limitations as real. Any emotion, be it love, fear, abandonment, etc., any trauma of abuse or compromise, has value in the scheme of things. My judgments were the issues, my human values. I started to explore the reality of consciousness that our quantum realm levels of awareness embody. I had to find a way out of my box that was turning into a casket. I didn't have to become a physicist or a quantum scientist. I just began to approach and appreciate the growing field of consciousness technologies and sharpening up my sense of bias, of judgments and conclusions that are in everything we observe and label in any tradition of learning. I just learned to let go of what I thought something had to be and to just being open to noticing what was present to my senses and not judging the information. To be in a state of essence, I'll call it. I can feel where bias is present in the word used. I could pull the qualities of awareness into my own observations about energy. To be free of any religious, spiritual labels and encompassing beliefs that not allowing me to access potential. to shift how I was experiencing life from within my own bias of rules about that life and those traditions of learning which they were encompassing. How I was fulfilling my destiny and playing into my own creation. I needed to create different rules of bias if I was to live. And so it began, this part of my journey of enlightenment into being. I have been all along, but not with any awareness that I was forming my reality, that I would start unfolding into my truth of essence as consciousness, free of any dictates we label. Someone can tell you something and you agree or disagree. It is true because it has no connection to you within. You don't feel any connection. And the connection can be there, but confusion, avoidance, resistance is wrapped around it. Connection is a feeling. It is also a sense and a state of awareness. Scalar energy is in the core, the heart of everything that is in the cosmos and in us. It is sunlight and starlight, and it is the essence of life.